Recording start. So I will do one thing. First, I will go with quick revision, whatever yesterday we had discussed. If anyone have any doubt, we will cover that one first. After that, we will move in the next topic. And one thing, the selector which we are discussing right now, that is most important topic in the interview purpose. Because in interview and while work also, you will get too much, means always you will get this thing. That is. So just start from the base itself. So these are the CSS examples. Everybody know this. Anyone have any issue? This time we are writing CSS with the help of tags. This was with the help of tag as H1P, this thing H1, H2, like this type. So CSS introduction already we had seen. Then why we use CSS? Anyone please fast. Just we will go just 5 minutes quick revision. 11:08 time is now.
For styling purpose, you use CSS.
Yeah, correct. So for the styling purpose, next CSS solved a big problem. Okay, because how you imagine CSS solved a big problem? Anyone can? Any idea? No idea. Suppose hello.
Yes, sir.
Anyone getting this? Means how CSS solved a big problem? Some title is there, but how?
Sir, by adding links and by all the by making the web page responsive.
Responsive, colorful,
Yeah.
different alignment, means different functionality to make attractive.
Fulfilling the requirements that what you want to
Yeah,
see web page.
correct. So to make attractive, user friendly, like that. Okay, so CSS syntax, everybody know that how we are writing CSS like this way. Okay, next CSS selector. Actually, yesterday we had seen. We will go with example one time. Okay, so what was that? Yeah, CSS selector. Now you just tell me how you had added color. Suppose that here what we had seen, here we had written H1 tag and some style we had passed there. Okay, so how you had passed a style? With the help of H1, correct? With the help of H1, we had passed a style to which tag? H1 tag, correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So second, here how we had passed a style actually in this section?
Using class.
H2.
Heading 2. That is heading 2 means a class name. How we had identified whether class name or what?
Dot.
With the help of doc. Okay, correct. So in this case, how we had passed a style?
Using ID name.
ID name. Okay, so here you seen that there are 3 ways we had seen. One with the help of tag. So in that case of tag, what we had done, we had written just a tag name. Correct or not? H1 is there. We had written just a tag name, no any dot, nothing has or anything. In second case, we had passed our class name. How? With the help of a dot, means by attaching dot. Here in this case, we had passed a style with the ID name. How? With the help of adding hash symbol. Correct? So these are the different types by which we had passed a style, and these are known as selector. Okay, we will get more regarding the selector. These are selector. So what selector are doing? Anyone can explain if you got any idea? Now we understand the 3 things. Okay, class, ID, tag. With the help of tag, with the help of style, with the help of class name. So what these are all are known as selector. Means what selector had done? Anyone? Any idea? Anything?
It is used to select.
Selector choose the particular path.
Not path.
Means location, means where we have to choose which area.
Vivekanand, just keep some distance in your mic and that mouth, so it will perfect. Noise is echoing. Yeah, Vivekanand, carry on. Okay, any others?
Sir, selector are the medium to communicate with the elements and tags of the HTML.
Yeah, means with the help of selector, what we are doing, we are passing all the styles to that particular tag or element or class, whatever is there. Correct or not? So in interview, if they are asking what is selector, you can tell that with the help of selector, we can target particular tag or particular element and particular class ID to pass styles. Any issue, anyone regarding selector? Please.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sir, can you once more tell the definition? We can target.
Yes. Yes, sir.
See, with the help of the selector, what is this? Has sorry, SP2. What is a heading 2 and what is H1? These all are like, these are referring to some tags. H1 is referring to tag, correct?
Yes.
But when you going with this heading dot heading 2, it's
It's a
referring to
class.
some class.
Yes.
And what about this one?
The reference ID.
Means what you doing? You are targeting particular. You are targeting particular class, particular ID, or particular tag, or different things. With the help of a selector, be passing a style by targeting that one. Correct or not? For definition, you can refer W3 school or a content itself. See, a CSS selector selects HTML elements you want to style. Means we are targeting particular HTML element. Correct or not? Okay, clear?
Yes, clear.
Others? Shivani?
Sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Vivekanand, Praful,
Sir.
Abhishek, clear or any doubt?
Clear, sir, clear.
Okay, so now we will look over others. So there are different types in selector. Okay, now one selector is, first is simple selector. What it doing? It will select element based on name, ID, and class. Means we can tell these all three type comes under which type of selector?
Simple
This
selector.
simple selector, because what we had done first, based on what? Name in the sense tag
Class.
name.
Tag name. Okay.
Okay, second already ID. Okay, third class, means this comes under simple selector. Second is combinator selector and then pseudo class, means total 5 selector. Okay, this just for right now left this one, just go with simple selector. Already we understand everything we had done yesterday, all the things. Now I will revise these things only. Now the CSS selector, element selector, how going to target the element? With the help of tag name. Correct? Here what he done? He taken the P. Now one thing, suppose that by mistake you had in place of H1. Okay, wait, this is your internal CSS. Okay, I will pass. And one thing, with a ID or class, anything we can pass, or just a particular ID or particular class? Means we can pass anything or not?
We can pass anything.
Means there is no
Sir,
compulsory.
anything.
Yeah, means there is no compulsory to write a CSS with ID only or with a class it only. If we writing with a span, it is compulsory that we will write with class or ID. Nothing like that. Okay, we can pass anything. So what I will do, I going to add one CSS class and with the name of H1. Now just you can imagine one thing. Many time it will come that confusion. Suppose we had taken class name equal to H1. Okay, and tag is also H1. Correct or not? Now what I done here? See, one second. Let me run this page. Okay, what it doing right now? it passing all h1 tag have this style, all h1. Okay, but what I will do, I will pass not h1, I will pass that class h1. How will pass class? With the help of dot h1, correct? So
Yes.
see, where is that class? This that class is belonging to this one, correct? Means what now it will do? It will pass whatever h1 have a style to this particular, not with all. Now save and let's verify. Now what happened? This h1 tag passed this background or whatever is there to that particular. Now you can see how you can verify. In this output, are you getting anything? See, this border, this is coming different, and this border is different. To do one thing, I will write one tag there, h1, and what we can write,
Background color.
okay, go with background color, give anything which is not available. Okay, let's see
White.
what it, white. Okay, let's okay, let's comment this. Okay, this one. Background color is this one. Okay, now this is coming for which tag? All h1 tag. Actually here we had passed many things, that why it getting many things overridden. That become problem. Okay, wait. Come here and pass font size. Now see, you can check the difference, which become 25 pixel. Okay, let's do 2 pixel. Now see, had you realized the difference? What I done, I passed h1 dot h1 means the class h1. What extra one style, that is font size 2 pixel. So it got affected only with the class whose name is dot h1. Okay. Now background color, this is not showing difference because above is the overridden. That's why. Means what I want to try to clear here, if you writing suppose h1 means you are referring any particular tag, and in class name also you had passed the same thing. Okay, same type, it means like as like a tag name itself. So don't be confused whether we will pass a direct h1 or with a dot h1. Okay, getting this or not? Because h1 here, this referring to what, class or tag? Line number 9 to 11, this will refer to class or tag? Hello,
Tag.
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 Okay, and what about this one?
Class.
It's class.
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 So, yeah, because a dot is there, and in second there is no any dot or hash symbol, any extra notation. So be careful with whom you want to apply anything. That's why naming convention is the should be proper. That's why we not taking like a h1 or anything, because suppose that while writing by mistake you means forget to add a dot, it become tag. So your all complete h1 tag will got affected with that one. So you have to take care while naming convention. Don't write h1p this that anything. Got this or not? So naming convention is proper. Now, yeah, where is that? Yeah, so simple selector already be seen that how we will refer. Now how we will refer with the id already be seen. We will pass that particular id. We already discussed this one. Okay, now css class, see this name. So inside simple selector, what are the types? Selector, css element selector, first one. Second one, css id selector, in which we will pass means we will refer the id. Next, CSS class selector, in which we will pass that class as a reference. Universal selector one. What is universal selector? Suppose that, yeah, suppose you want to add something like universal selector. Selector. Universal selector means, see, in your anywhere, when you getting any data to search or anything, when you will pass this star, it will refer to universal. Means it will search in your complete database. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, in case of universal selector, we will just pass like this one. Means there is no need to pass any tag or anything, just a star and start writing your CSS. So suppose I want to add here background color itself. Now just see what it will make a difference. What happened? Anything happen or not?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
Background color.
Background color become that
Yes.
actually.
Yes.
Means what universal selector had done, it passed everything, whatever is written here, it will pass all the things. Means
So like body.
permanent, yeah, for complete body. So
Okay.
that's why whenever you want like to add any image in the background, you can go with this one. Suppose I want to add image, what I will do? BSCK background image, okay, and URL here we can pass dot slash, sorry, or dot slash, here is image, okay, go with this. Kim, why it's repeating? Because due to the space. If you not want to repeat, previously we had used one tag. Which was that actually? To stop repeat. Who had asked dot? Amardeep, I think. Amardeep, I think you had asked dot that one.
No, sir, I don't, but I know the answer.
What was that actually?
No repeat.
Background repeat, no repeat.
Yeah.
Background. Yes, sir. No repeat.
That day somebody had asked this one actually, I think. I don't know who was. No,
Shivani, I think, Shivani Sinha.
yeah, somebody had asked that day. So no repeat. Is that gone? Okay, it's not repeating, but it added in each section, and that and one more tag was there to stop that and come in the complete page. So don't worry that we will go that one by one. So for right now, what we got? If you want to pass any style for complete section, complete body, okay. So we will take the universal selector. It's not going to target particular anything, okay. Any dot in this one. So what are the things we had covered? Just, yeah. So universal selector. Next, what is that? CSS grouping selector. Grouping means what? See, in case of H1, what he done? He had passed some style. Okay. In case of H2, what he done? He again passed something. Okay. And in case of P tag, he again passed something. Means he referring different styles, means same style, sorry, not different, same style to multiple tag. Correct or not? Check this. H1 have the same style, text alignment and color. Okay, fine or not? H2 have same thing, text alignment and color. Okay, and now P tag have also same thing, text alignment and color. But when you writing same thing multiple time, now just imagine whatever the line of code, it going to increase. Correct or not? So
Yes.
don't,
This
we will
example
not,
we all seen before.
yeah. So
In
what we will do,
section.
yeah, correct. So what we will do, we will not write like this type, because see, H1 have text alignment and color, H2 have text alignment and color, and P have text alignment and color. So we will not write like this. Then how we will write? Wait, I will comment this all. That's why never apply any CSS on tag. Yeah, means if anything required like that, you can pass. But always try to, best practice is to go with the class or ID, anything like that way. Don't to go like this. Now H1, P and yeah, H1, H2 and P we had taken. Now I will comment this also. See, I will not go with a div and those things. I will go with just CSS part. So whenever you writing, you have to go with the div and means proper H1. H1 I taken. H2 I will take. LOR. See this text LOREM. It will give you some dummy text and whatever how many text you want means element or text you can pass here. Like I want 12 text. Just write 12. It will give you automatic 12 text. This one for dummy. Otherwise you have to write something. That's why you can go with this when you making any website but you don't know what content you have to add there. You can go with this. When you writing like this, it will happen. Now see what it will do and what are the effect. What it done? It done H1 have text alignment. 1 second. Where the body is coming? Oh, okay, sorry. Not get commented. Where the background color is coming? Oh, this internal CSS. That's why when you adding any style, add proper places. Otherwise, it will override all things. From whose side noise is coming? Okay, so what I done? I had written this style, okay, 3 times. For referring H1, same thing. For referring H2, same thing. And for referring P tag, also same thing. And what I done here? I have here 3 things, 3 element, H1, H2 and P. Now the case is that if you have to apply the same thing and you had written 3 tag 3 times and for the same style, then why you will go this much lengthy? So in this case, what we will do, we will pass all our, I going to comment this one, this bottom. And what I will do, same thing I will pass with in one, that is grouping. Grouping in the sense, H1, give a space. We had done the same thing with H2. Okay, H2, give a space. We had done the same thing with P. Give this one. And now format that code and save. Now see, oh, what happened? Where is the mistake? Why is it required?
Comma, sir.
Something is there. Yeah, comma was there actually. So for separating each, we have to pass one comma there and then it will get separate. So what it done? It had a grouped together. So now just imagine for the same style, you had passed 2 times. Means total was 3 times, but 2 times that was extra. So no need to write that much. You can pass just 1 time. You can follow the same thing with that CSS also. Means sorry, ID and class also. We will check that. So this is known as grouping. Anyone have any issue for grouping that tag?
No issue.
No issue?
No,
Fine.
sir.
So this way we can group our different GROUPING grouping. GROUPING. Okay. So this way we can group our style. So next. So what it had done, it had reduced the line of a code. So this way, these all are the simple CSS selector. Okay, what was that? One was ID, we got this. Then class, then element dot class like p dot intro. We will check this. Okay, then a star we had seen, then for any tag we had seen, for a grouping we had seen, div, p, anything. So up to this, anyone have any issue regarding this? I will show p dot intro, this one pending. Up to this, anyone have any issue?
No, sir.
Yes,
No
sir.
issue.
ID
Yeah.
and class
What is the
between
dot?
ID and
Okay. Tell what is dot actually?
sir, what is the tag, sir? Actual use of class and ID.
1 second. Can anyone explain him?
Sir, can I?
Yeah, sure.
Uh, ID in class is used to connect the HTML and CSS files. Like in H1, I have given a class heading. Then by writing that class into a style file and giving some properties, then properties will reflect in HTML web. Whatever we are, whatever design of web background or whatever designs we want to see on a web page. So styles helps them to make them, but the link between a style.css file and index.html file, that is getting built by that style and class. Clear?
Yep.
Clear or not clear? I know he have not clear.
Then better you ask him, no, what he understood.
Roshan, Praful, who is that?
Roshan, sir.
Tell what you got. Had you got anything or not?
No,
What you
sir.
understood? No. Anyone, please? Just he have doubt. What is difference between ID and class? Means why we
ID
using
and
here?
yes.
Yeah. He have doubt that
What is the actual use of ID and class?
correct. So he want to know why we using ID and class. We had used a tag. We had used a tag. Okay.
Yes.
Like H1, H2P, we had used and we had passed the CSS. But what is the use of ID and class? Why we taken that one? Tell him. No one.
Sir.
Yeah.
I am explaining, but he is not understanding. See,
Yeah.
see,
Okay. See. No issue.
if your
But
HTML have five H1 tags, and you want to give for all the H1 different properties, then by using H1 tag in CSS, it will not work. So for give separate styling, we are using ID classes for the different for the same tags.
Any
Right.
I will
example,
tell.
sir?
Yeah. 1 second. Who is that? Praful or Roshan? Roshan. Okay. Roshan, actually yesterday one courier had came for you. Okay. You had purchased dongle, correct?
Yes.
Suppose that in your neighbor, two Roshan is there and all are giving the same address. Okay. What it will happen? That a courier will deliver to the other guy. Suppose he had not called you on mobile. He will deliver in any of house. Suppose that when he enter in the second house, he will ask Roshan is there. Yeah, Roshan is there. He will deliver that. Means who had paid that amount? You had paid, make payment. Okay. Now just go to the code. Where is my editor? Oh my God, it get closed. So same thing is happening here. Suppose that this tag is known as H1 tag. Okay. Means this is your Roshan. Just imagine this tag is known as Roshan. This tag is also known as Roshan. And this tag is also known as Roshan. If you want to make any style, what happen? A style will be for all or single? Single. If you had added background color red on Roshan tag, what will happen? This become red because he is Roshan tag as like H1. This become red because he is also Roshan tag. And this become red because he is also Roshan tag. But now just imagine. But suppose that, yeah. So these all three are which type of tag? All are same tag as like a Roshan tag. Correct? Now just tell me These all three want a red color or just only one want red color? Means
All three.
courier have to deliver to Roshan only or all three member?
All three members.
Only to Roshan, correct? Who had make payment to that person?
Okay.
Correct? Got this or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Done.
No, 1 second. Means the courier, just compare real life example. You will get clear easily. This tag name is Roshan. This tag is also Roshan and this tag is also Roshan. Okay. Courier will deliver to all three because means, but the payment had done this middle one. Okay. This guy had made the payment. Yeah, particular. But what had courier person done? Courier person had entered in their house and he had delivered that because the name he had got. Okay. Same thing happening here. If suppose a tag is h1 and if you passing a style with a tag h1, this is also h1, this become red. This is also h1, this become red. This is also h1, this become red. But now, I not want to all red. I want this middle tag only red. What you will do? How you will identify? You can go with ID and class. Anyone, not an issue. There is no compulsory that you will pass ID only or you will pass class only. Nothing. You can go with any ID or class. Now what you will do? You will write one class name, okay, like a second one. Like suppose you passing class name like a first, second, and third. So what you will do? You will pass a style on class second. Means you will pass a background color red on which class? Second class only. So only second will get red, not these all. Why? Because we are referring particular ID or particular class. We are not referring tag. So that is the demerit. When you referring tag, it will go and affect all matching. It's not going to search the particular one. How he will identify? He can't. Got this?
Yes, sir.
Clear or not? Clear. So that's why we will, yeah. So that's why we will always go with a particular class or ID. Don't go with that tag. So others, it is clear for all or not?
Clear, sir, clear.
Yeah. So because suppose a name is same and you are passing some style, it become conflict. Because same thing is matching there also. So now second, what we had done, we had written some style. Okay. We had written some style here, like for grouping. How we will group? Same code we have to write, means this text color and text alignment center. 1 second. Let me take water. Yeah. So if you want a text alignment center, left this one. We don't know text alignment. Okay. So same thing, like a color and background color with all, like h1, we have three tag. See, h1 tag is there, h2 tag is there, and p tag is there. I want same style with this all three tag. What you will do? You will pass that same style different each time. Like this become like now I had grouped. So this is h2. Same thing. Then again same thing with p tag. So if same thing is required, same style want all tags, we will not write separate. We will write by grouping. Grouping in the sense we will pass all tag or class whatever you want that letter, but all tag same time by separating comma. So this is grouping of element. Okay. So no need to write multiple time. Go with only one time. Is this clear how to group? Group means same style want to apply on multiple. So don't write each time for all same code. Just pass one time. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear. Okay. Now suppose that one more was there that had missed. What was that? Element dot class. Means suppose that you want suppose if you have to pass a style like here I had passed the border class. Now see this one. Now see this border. This border become for all, but I not want for all. I want for first one only. How we can do? Anyone? I want this border not to pass to all. I want to pass just for only top one. Any idea?
Sir, we have to pass separate for H1 and common for H2P.
Okay. So what we will do? This become common for all, but I not want. I want just for first one. It's first one. Then we can do one thing. We can write one class and we can pass that. Correct or not? I want this border just for first one.
Only
First one in the sense H1 tag head.
H1.
I had taken one class name. Okay, I like a head. What I will do? I will pass one style there. Now pass the style. How we will write that head? Tell.
Just we will create one ID or class, then we will pass the.
Yeah, class is already written head. Tell me how we'll write a style here for that particular head. That is class. So what we will do? We will write like this or not? Is this correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
My class name is there. Class. You can see head. So is this fine or not?
Sir, then if we create one dot, then we will pass the border, sir.
Yeah, you can check on a screen. I showing that dot and head
Yes,
we
sir.
had written, and it referring
sir.
to see line number 53. See this line
Yes,
already
sir.
class head is there. So up to
Yes,
this
sir.
it is means this is correct or not? Up to this
Yes, sir.
correct. So now I will write the code border. Now just see what is happening. What happened? This become for the first one. Correct? Got this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But now see. Shivani, just tell her how she. Okay, wait. Shivani Kumari, just explain her. What is the issue in this one? See, okay, let me. See, Shivani, what I done? I want to pass this a border. Okay,
Yes, sir.
for this section. What I
Yes.
had done? I added one class here.
So, okay, sir.
Or this.
So
And
particular,
I
okay.
written that,
Yes, sir.
yeah, particular.
Okay,
Now
sir.
I will show one thing and I don't know whether what will the output. Let's see. What happened? That head become for all. For the second also, because the code is written and class also we had passed there in head 2, means say H2.
Sir.
1 second. H2. But now my question is that I had written this head 2. Suppose that this style, this have multiple style. Okay, this head class. Is it possible or not? This head class have multiple style. We can pass
Yes.
different
Yes, sir.
thing.
Yes.
Possible. Okay. And same thing we had passed to multiple. Okay. Like now head class is available with H1 and H2 both. But I not want to this border with both. I want a border with just
Then we
H1 only. What?
we remove class from H2 in HTML.
Okay, means you telling to remove that class. Okay. But I not want to remove because why not? I not want. Maybe that
Sir,
class have some
we
different.
can do one thing, sir. In class,
Yeah.
we can create ID, then that ID will pass in the CSS.
But that okay, that's also fine. But what we can do, there is other option. We can pass the particular tag. Means suppose
Sir,
that
start.
yeah.
Sir, multiple tag, universal tag.
No, not universal. What we will do? Suppose H1 and this head. Correct or not?
Correct, sir.
This head class is referring with which one? H1 tag.
Okay.
This head is referring with which one? H2 tag.
H2
Yes,
tag.
sir.
Correct. Suppose that I had passed the same tag with p tag also, means same class name. Now how you will refer this particular class, this particular tag element, H2 and head? Correct or
So
not?
then we will pass, sir, h1 tag indirectly, sir, in here in CSS file.
That itself we will do, but that is just why difference. One thing we will pass like this. Now see H1 tag, because first one is H1, correct or not? So how we had refer that particular, how we had refer tag name is H1 because class name is common in both. Okay, we can't identify, we choose that one. Second option, what we have H1 and this class head, as like
Sir,
told.
h1 dot head, sir. What is written, sir, in CSS?
Yeah, H1 dot head, because yeah,
Okay.
see, 1 second, I telling you how we had written particular tag, means just we are referring tag by just name of the tag or not. See on the top, where is that? Yeah, this one. How we had refer, oh sorry, not this, bottom one, second. How we had refer any particular tag just by tag name? See this one, correct or not? For
Yes.
referring any
Sir,
tag,
yes, sir.
just be writing tag, but for referring any class or ID, what be done? Dot or hash. Correct. We are grouping. See, dot heading 2. We are referring the class. Correct or? So same thing we had done. Here we had a group together. Group in the sense we had a pass, tag and class both combinedly. Any dot? Clear or not? But see, when you putting a space, it not work. Okay. So please don't put a space. We have to pass combinedly. Clear or not? I think you have
If
noticed.
I write class first and tag,
Okay, let's verify.
sir.
I don't know. Let's verify. I think it will not work. I don't know whether it not work. Okay, let's say remove this space.
No, sir.
That not work. See now that problem. When you had removed the space between dot head and h1, what it become completely?
A class.
Correct. It become one class because there is no any separation. Nothing is there. But when you passing, 1 second, like this, dot head and h1, what it become? First is class, then head h1. Why it not work? Because first what it searched, it had searched for dot head, means class name first. How you will get any class name first? First you will get a tag, then only you will get a class. Correct or not? First parent will come, then child property. Different will be. So same type. First it had searched h1, means it will search first h1 tag. Okay. Yeah,
Yes,
h1.
sir.
Then it will search for the class name. Means first what he had done, he had searched this h1. He got somewhere in h means h1. Then he gone with the class name. Class name become a head, and class name is then again he searched with a dot. Any dot up to this? So this way we are referring particular section. Means these are the different ways of grouping. Okay. Because see, one had told we can remove that. We can remove it when we had one line of code. Suppose that same thing is going multiple and you want in just in one line you want to make some css. What you will do? You can pass like this way. You can add one class and pass that style there. That will work fine. Got this? Any doubt in this one?
Oh, sir.
No doubt. Clear? So what we doing? First we are passing tag and then we are passing class. Now go with id. You can write in same id and class both, but we are going separate,
No.
so it will be clear. I going to pass BOTTOM bottom P. I writing name like this. And for naming convention, again, you have to go with camel case. Okay. Whatever we had discussed already. Okay. For bottom P, what we will do? That is ID.
Sir,
Okay.
P. Dot.
That is ID. Okay. What we will write? P. Next.
Dot. Hash.
Has, because that is class. Okay. Has.
No, is ID.
Okay. 1 second. Remove this P. Otherwise, you will get confused. Remove this. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
P. C. P tag and then has bottom. This is my ID name. Okay. But we can write here.
Without P, it is not working.
Okay. Let's see.
Without it,
It
only write the hash bottom.
it will work, but it will not refer to particular if same ID will be available in all.
No, sir, but okay.
Wait, we will come on that point. What it done? It added particularly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it added particular that particular tag. But suppose that this bottom ID is not only for this, it is available in all.
Sir, now then we have to use.
Got this?
Yes,
That's
sir.
why. Yeah, that's why we had passed like this. See, after saving also it had reflected only one. Now do one thing. P bottom. Okay, let's see how we can pass different here. I don't know how we can. Let's see. P and H1. Let's see.
We're using comma.
Yeah, comma will be there. Oh, see what happened. It had a refer two tag. One is P bottom and one is H1 bottom. Now see, H1 bottom is first one. Okay, ID he have, and this is second. But what about this last? Means in the middle, it not referred because we had not checked with H2 bottom. See, H2
Yes,
bottom
sir.
is not there. We had passed with 2 only. So that's why we can particularly we can focus one particular tag. Clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So others, what happened? Praful, clear? Abhishek,
Sir, same ID is getting
Yes, sir.
used
Yes, sir.
different tags.
Clear, sir. Clear.
uh, what Amardeep? One time?
Same ID we can use in different tags.
Same? No, that is not the correct actually. Same
One
ID we can't. Yeah, same ID we can't. But just for reference, for example, I showing that if same thing. So same ID, if you have to use same ID, you can't use it. So in that case, we can go with class. Correct. We can pass this bottom with class, and you can pass that class property dot there. Getting this or not? This
Sir,
is just for, yeah.
sir, in H1, we take class and ID both. Then why class is not working?
Class is working. See, class have head property. Class, which class is that? This one. Okay.
If we take a border also, background color in
Yeah,
it
it's
also.
worked actually. Then
If
in that case, other will get override. If you are passing same style,
then
I
which
had
one
check
will
in
work?
the second one. Let's see. First time itself we had checked. Go this one
Background color
and
black.
black. Okay. Second one it will work. See, it saved. It's not worked.
Why?
Now, okay, wait. I will comment this. Now save. It worked.
But
Got
in
this?
both cases, why not working?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can anyone explain why that first one not worked and why second worked? I had explained this first time. It get overridden. Okay. First black color had came, but this had came for minor second, and when it came, suddenly this line get executed.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Okay.
And due to this execution, first background color had black, and due to minor second, after minor second, that background color become golden rod
Okay, sir.
something
Got it.
whatever. That's why it get overridden. It had worked. So regarding ID, don't pass same ID to any tag. Okay, the ID should be unique. So, but just for sample examples, we had taken this. So don't do like this. So up to this clear, correct? No issue. Okay. So we had covered one topic, that is simple selector. How we had used that simple selector. So in interview, they are asking this question. What are the means examples of simple selector? You can tell that selector with the help of what? Tag. Selector with the help of ID, with the help of class. This three thing will comes in the simple selector mainly. And after that, this grouping and different, these are the techniques actually you can tell. So in this simple selector, anyone have any issue?
Sir.
No issue, all clear. If anyone have single issue, then just tell me. I will explain one more time, that's fine. When you will practice actually, that time you will get what are the problems. Okay,
Sure.
sometime you will left this comma, sometime you will pass the ID first then tag second, so you will get that problem that time, then you will realize what is the issue.
Sir,
Yeah,
apart from tag, we can also go with either ID or class.
yeah,
So
means
when we will means particularly go for ID and when we'll go for particularly class? Is there any means like
there is a no there is no any particular scenario, but suppose that suppose see mainly what we are doing in the real time scenario, we
yes,
never going in,
what we are
yeah,
using?
we never going with a css in case of id, we always trying to refer with a class. Main reason, suppose that here itself I had taken this bottom. Okay, this bottom class, bottom id, this have some style property I had written on the css page. Okay, same this bottom, this have something I written, but whether we can be take id multiple times same id?
No.
No, that's why we not try to add a style with a cs in that, a style with id, because we can't take a same id multiple time. That's why
Because of
we taking,
ID will be
yeah,
unique.
yeah. So that's why we will not go never with css means adding a style with id, we will always try to go with a class. But here I want to show that how we are taking class means css with id, that's why I had taken same id and we pass. Okay, but never go with a id with the css, never take that one. Got this? So what is the use of a what is the use of this id? You will get that just for identification, like that you can tell. Means, but if you want to add anything just a particular for that particular tag, you can pass with the help of id also, it's not the issue. But mainly we are writing any css for reuse. If anybody asking why you writing css and why you going to grouping the tags classes, why, then we can tell for reducing the code, because with the help of that we are reducing. Otherwise you had seen, see this one tag have same style, this have same style, multiple time we are writing with the means in place of writing multiple time, we can group together and all 6 line of code become in the 2 line. Correct or not? In future, if you have to make any changes for the h1 tag, what you will do, you will just pass here, no need to pass in 6 time, it becomes simple. Correct? That becomes simple, because suppose you have multiple line of code, 5,000 line of code, in that time you will realize the issue. So up to this I think everybody clear, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so
I have
now
one question.
what?
Sir, in universal selector,
Yeah,
if we want to use tags, then it is possible
here this one,
to use. So like servo H1 background in line number 14.
line number 14, where is the, okay, here what you
If we
telling
want
to
to
add?
put this inside universal selector.
Okay, already background color is already written.
It's sir, it shows the body
Sir, one more thing, sir. Like what Shivani he want to try to ask you means
Okay.
inside body you if you will give the background color then also it will be effect
Yeah.
on Y. But why we are go for star universe selector?
See, actually, is this correct or something you want to ask others? Shivani.
Sir, like HTML in body, we use h1 tags, p
Yeah.
tag. So I'm just asking you, in universal selector, if we want, we can use h1, h2,
Okay.
parallel.
Means you telling in case of universal selector, we can go with that H1, H2.
Yes, yes.
Now just tell me, if you going with H1 or H2 or P tag, anything, then that become particular to that tag only. That
Yes.
style become particular to that particular H1, P, whatever is there. Correct or not? Universal means what? Who going to take for complete? Actually, when you search in Google for universal, if you will search in Google for universal, but let's verify. I don't know whether that will work or not. What he done? I had written here something. Is it visual?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
star you have
But
to return.
that I had written a star. What it had done? It had searched in the full directory,
We are
whatever it.
globally searching.
Okay, this is not means in CSS we had pass a star that is not for CSS part only. It is globally. Everybody know a star means globally search. It is applied globally. Same thing we had pass in the our system. You can pass in your system. When you will pass a star, it will search in your full directory. Got this? So whenever there is a need of any universal in your database also, when suppose that you have a student list anywhere, and if you want to search anything, when you will pass a star, it will search completely. Okay. So that's why whenever it required, I think how we can pass star dot a. I don't know what it will do. See, with the help of a dot a, it had searched all the things. But go with that, just a, what it will do? It will search, it will search in particular only. So that case, it going to search you with the star. So this is not a particular for CSS, it for all. So whenever actually see when we using and for what purpose we are passing this star, we are mainly using this star for the font size, because what is common for the complete website? Font size.
Yes.
Yes.
You want a means a font family, sorry, not font size, font family. You want a complete your website in like Arial, black or whatever font family we can use. So that case we are always passing this thing a star.
And margin
Uh,
padding also we are putting
huh,
zero over here.
yeah, yeah, that also we can. So the font
Sir,
family, yeah.
sir, you are not getting my question.
Sir, what he yes he's trying to say now in
Sir,
body we can H1 tag we can analyze the tag also, but inside a star we can write tag or not, sir.
Inside a star
sir,
means
Yes.
inside.
sir, open index.html.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah.
Sir, I want to.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Like in body, we use h1, h2, p, div.
Okay.
Okay. So universal is also like no body.
No, no, no. Not like that. Universal means it will search directly in this complete page. Nobody means see for this star we had not written any class or anything anywhere. As like suppose here we had passed dot h1 means some class is there. It
Yes,
had
sir.
referred to class, but in case of a star b it is not going to refer somewhere. It will complete reference of complete page itself. This complete from
Okay,
top to bottom.
okay, sir.
Got got my point?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear now?
And now, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's correct question actually. Means what she was asking, she telling that if we had written like a h1.head means somewhere the location is there on HTML file. Correct?
Yes.
h1.head. This is referring to this particular. So suppose this one p has bottom, h1 has bottom. Somewhere this on the HTML p has bottom referring to this one. Okay. What about second? Second is h1 has bottom. This is referring to this ID particular. This one means she telling that it referring to this one. But what about a star? Where it that referring? This is a star one. So a star is not referring particularly. It referring to complete body, complete section. See, in that case, suppose this body. Okay. This body, if we will apply any style on the body, it will go with this whatever is written inside body tag. It
Yes,
will
sir.
applicable for completely. So same type, we are taking a star also. Suppose see what I done. I had passed a star only and this font family. Font family becomes something. Now, if you will do anything, it will automatically came in this type of font. It's not going to make any changes because this is going to apply in complete body itself. Okay. So that is the actually thing. So no need to refer somewhere for the star. Is it clear for others also? Times new
Hello.
room. Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir. Approach here, sir.
Yeah, approach here.
Sir, now meeting has been finished, sir. This one I can't understand anything, sir. Oh.
The approach, that's okay. But actually, we was revising yesterday class itself. You can refer up to
Oh,
this in the video. Yeah, we was referred the yesterday class. We was not. We had not gone any extra.
external, internal line processor.
Okay, okay. We will now. We are in that process bit. And for whatever you had not means covered, you can refer the video. You can get that. No issue. That one. Now, second part.
Okay.
So up to selector, I think that's clear. Correct?
Yes,
Any
sir.
doubt? No doubt now. So now we will go with another one. How to add CSS? Already we had understood. Yesterday we had covered. There are three different ways of external, internal, and
Yes.
inline. Okay. So what was inline? How we was writing inline? What means inline? Praful or Roshan? Inline.
Inline is inside the tag.
Correct. So with that tag inside tag itself. Okay. So Shivani, what about
Yes, sir.
internal? Where we
Sir,
writing? Your-
sir, add style in internal style
Yeah,
sheet.
correct, correct. So we will add for internal, we will add a style there in the head section, and we will
Yes.
pass. We will pass all the Cs. Okay, correct. Shivani, I think second Shivani have in that issue network issue.
Network issue. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what about external CSS? Who going to?
So same, add
Vivekanand,
style in external style sheet.
add a style in external. Where is the style? Let's search anywhere a style is there. No, that
CSS
is
file,
This
sir.
one, sir.
Sir, like
We can add in CSS file. That's
class
called the external
ID.
style, sir.
okay. So for external CSS, we will create one file with
Yes,
extension
sir.
.css and we will write our all code. That's it. So up to
Yes,
this,
sir.
anyone issue?
No, sir.
No issue. Abhishek, what about you? Any issue?
No, sir,
Atul,
no issue.
Atul is here.
Sir, Atul,
So starting time a 7 member. Now it become 10. Threshold level is increasing and one member is missing still.
Sir,
All are
including
sleep.
you, it's so 10.
Sir, this is the
Oh,
beauty of this group, sir.
starting time it's everybody sleeping. Okay. So external CSS we had seen, internal CSS we had seen, and inline CSS we had seen. So I'm not going to cover this thing. Already we had seen already. This was just revision. So multiple. Okay. Now come to the one thing. Suppose we have to add multiple CSS. This is just one CSS. Suppose now you want to add multiple. Tell me how we will add multiple CSS file.
We will create the CSS file with the extension
Okay.
of .css.
Okay, so see how we are doing. Create one file in the folder itself wherever, and one file name um, style style to something, anything you can write. I writing a style2.css, and here you start writing all the code. Okay, but suppose that what I will do, I will okay, I will take this file, okay, and pass with this one style2.css. Now just verify whether is that working fine or what happened with
No,
our code.
no, it won't work
Sir, it doesn't work.
Okay,
because
who
first we have
telling who telling it will work and who telling it will not work?
Samir
Sir, I am
telling
telling
Sir,
it
it
will
will,
not work.
sir, it will not work, sir. We have to add in HTML file, then it
Yes,
will
sir.
work, sir. CSS2.
Yes, sir.
yes,
Link. In
Wow,
link we have to add.
I think everybody become professor.
yes, sure. Shivani
From
first.
tomorrow onwards, from tomorrow onwards, I will listen and others will deliver the content.
Come to me, Shivani.
So definitely
Okay,
these things will come later. Definitely.
so how we will write that means how we will add our style sheet with the
The
help of
link
which tag? Link.
relative.
Okay, link. No need to write a relative, but yeah, you have to keep in mind that some relative is there. Otherwise, in interview, they are asking minor thing.
Dot slash
Dot. Then again,
style.
we got the file list.
File
Style2.css.
2.
Yeah. Now keep eye on UI. What happened? Nothing, because that is a time Romans. That's why it's not gonna affect. Also, I will copy this HTML. Is this CSS from here? And I will pass there. And when you commenting, uh, while commenting time, you have to take care. Now see, this CSS is coming from the where? A style2.css part. Okay, so this way we can add our style. Any issue?
No, sir.
Okay, I telling you one thing
Yes,
regarding the
yes,
comment.
sir.
Yeah, Amardeep, anything?
Sir, Afroz, sir.
Roj,
Sir, can you explain one more, sir?
which one? See, what
Like
I
how
just
to pass
now,
a style to in CS.
okay. So what I done, I had added, had you seen yesterday video, Afroj? Oh, yesterday video
Yes,
I
sir.
not
I
uploaded.
saw.
How you had seen I
Sir,
not
yesterday
uploaded
I
then?
was presented.
Oh, okay. So see what I done, I created one file that is a style2.css where I created, see, I created in the CSS training
In
folder
another
a
file.
style.css,
Uh,
a style2.css. Okay. This style2.css file I pass in our HTML. How we had passed? Okay, how we will pass? We will pass with the help of a link tag, link, link.
okay.
Okay, and in link one relative is there, that is a style sheet, and then href. Inside href we will pass our sheet, which is that a style2.css.
Style
Take
2,
this,
sir. Yes.
yeah, and save. Now it had got combined. So our style is coming from the where? A style2.css. Now do
Style
one
2.
thing. Let's verify whether it's coming from here or not. Comment this completely and save.
Oh, okay.
It gone means
Yeah,
this is
sir. It
coming
will.
from here. Okay.
Okay.
So this is external style property how we are adding. So this was my multiple style sheet. By this way we can add our multiple style sheet in our head section. So up to this, no any issue.
No, sir.
Okay. One thing, cascading order means if you have inline, internal and external, which will be first, which will be second, and which will be last, means which type that will work. I have not
In
idea. Just let's go through that. But a style will be used when there is more than one style specified for an HTML element. All the styles in one page will cascade into a new virtual style sheet by the following rules. Okay, where number one has the highest priority in line style. Who have in highest priority?
inline
In line.
Line style.
How we writing in line?
with tag.
With tag. Okay, this one
Yes,
with
sir.
tag. Second propriety, which one? External and internal style sheet. In the head section, means first priority with the HTML tag itself, because HTML going to load our all tags. So whatever style is there, it will load that. Okay. Second priority in the head section. Head section means what? One is this one and one is the link. Correct. So second priority comes with the, so an inline style has high priority and will order override external and internal style set. Means if we will pass any style in internal, it will override our external and internal both style. Got this? If you had written any background color in inline also, sorry, in external also and inline also. So what will happen? And inline also, inline, external, internal, all three. Which will we work? Internal,
Sir,
inline, and external. Which one will work?
Sir, inline.
inline.
Correct. So inline will work. It going to override. Means high priority inline.
High
So this one.
priority.
Now second, how to comment the code? Just a simple control slash. It will
Control
comment out the
slash.
code. But one thing you have to take care while commenting. Suppose this one is commented, and now you want to comment this all line. You can't comment. See, it will give you error. Okay, 1 second. In a head section, it commented. When you will comment in the HTML area, it will not work. It will give you error. See what happened? We had commented. It commented here. Symbol came, but it's not, because already here one closing tag. Okay. So
Yes.
in the middle you can't. So you can do particularly in separate. First, you can do one thing. You can uncomment this complete up to here. Now it get commented, and now you can comment. Suppose I have to comment this completely. Okay. Now comment that. This become commented. So same type CSS. So don't comment in the middle. Comment in the last. Means separate. Okay. So we had covered comment, how to comment, cascading, and simple style. Then CSS comment, nothing is there. Day 1 course completed. This was actually not a today class. This was yesterday class. Now tell me, anyone have any issue up to this? Any issue? Up to this, clear or not? First tell that.
Clear, sir.
Clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay. Praful, what about you?
Yeah.
It's clear,
Yes, sir,
sir.
clear.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So we will do one thing. Now time is 12:20. We will start our new topic. We will cover the selector first. Okay. Then we
The
will move in the
evening.
next. Yeah.
The evening, sir.
What?
Sir, in the evening.
No, not in the evening, in the morning itself. Just wait. Now time is 12:21. When we had started class?
11. The
11 o'clock.
recording is going on.
Okay, not an issue. We will take 5-minute break. 5 minutes means 12:30. Okay. We will come back 12:30. Okay.
If you want, we can.
Thank you, sir.
See, thank you. He told. Okay, he jumped.
Sir,
12.
actually,
Sir, I will
it will be
come back
quite
on
better. You have to give
12:30, sir.
1 o'clock break.
1 second. Samir, what are you telling?
It will be quite better. You have to give 1 o'clock break, because on
No.
I will grab my lunch.
No issue. That time we will see. It will not fine actually. Continue. Be covered 1.5 hours. Now that will not have. Just take a 10 minutes break. That's it. Okay. 12:30. We will come back. I'm going to stop recording. Wait. Otherwise, where is that stop recording? Yeah.